Hello. Welcome back to Gavin Masters Raid. Been a while, huh? This episode of Gavin Masters Raid was brought to you by daydreaming. Is your job getting you down? Try staring out the window and daydreaming. You could daydream about anything. You could daydream about being a Transformer or a Ninja Turtle. Or how about two girls making out? Welcome back, everybody. Oh, somebody's starting with RB. They're not starting with Armands, so I get to start with Armands. This episode was also brought to you by Armands and how the nerf is incoming. You know it is. They haven't been talking about it, but it's incoming. I'm going to try to use Mortu Macabre a little more. I've been having a lot of fun with him, but I think I'm a little rusty at Live Arena. I'm sitting here and I'm just like, who do I even want? But maybe I start with a classic like Duchess. I mean, that looks right. Or how about Sun Wukong? Let's go with Sun Wukong. We'll start with those two. Now I'm getting buyer's remorse. Now I wish I'd started with Lady Mikage. You should have picked Lady Mikage, you know? They know. Um, but I gotta make sure I got my nukers and my revivers. So I'll take at least one reviver nuker. I'm gonna probably bring the king and queen again. They are a good time. So I'm definitely gonna bring those two. And Narcisse is probably the one that's gonna get blocked. I'm not sure who I want to block. Really, the only really dangerous one here looks like the Rat King, so I'm probably just going to ban him. So maybe I just need another good support champion, like Duchess or maybe Elva. Maybe Elva. Why is Elva way the hell over here? You know what? I know why. I shortened my list of potential choices so that I could see all the way to the end here. I'm just going to ban the bomber. That's going to be my first move. But this way, my main choices, the ones that I have marked off for Live Arena, is basically these legendaries, this mythical, and these two epics. And if you're looking at the second one, you're looking at the first one and like, ooh, that's Phenax. Phenax is awesome. Who's that second one? This is Ambassador Athelin. Why is he here? I'll show you. Maybe on the next one. I have a combo that I like with him. I have no idea what I'm doing. Let's go with the HP. Maybe I should have gone with the defense, but you know what? I'm going to get outsped anyway. Yeah, maybe I'll devote this episode to here's just a slight precursor or spoiler, if you will. I like to pair the ambassador with Mortu Macabre. It is a good time. Hopefully I'll get an opportunity to show it off today. So I'm not really sure what Skittles' plan could possibly be. Maybe he just went AFK, maybe this was a brain fart, I don't know. But I don't really see a nuker, so I don't really see how this fight could last all that long. So he's starting with the Hex to try to discombobulate my party. Let's just go ahead and remove that. He did rightly ban Armands. That was the right idea, at least. But basically, I can bring in Narcisse with his big AoE nuke. I mean, we got block debuffs. That stops a lot of problems. He doesn't even have a way to strip debuffs. So, Skittles, you're watching? What was your plan here? Because I don't see it. I'm not even going to bother using the Protect, because I'm not afraid of taking too much damage, and I want to keep the Cleanse in case I need it for something else. So, we'll blow up everybody else. Now we just got to get rid of Ultimate Death Knight. No more Stone Skin. Come on, Skittles. Let's get this over with. Let me get to the next fight. This could just be a buy. You could just say, hey, you know what? This was a buy. You're welcome. I think he's definitely AFK now. So I do apologize. This is not a terribly interesting fight to start with, but, you know, that's the way the cookie crumbles. So let's go again. We got Lex 911. He's going to start with Armands. No, he's going to start with Arby. Okay. I'll start with Armands, and maybe I'll bring in... I don't know why it's always such a difficult... Like, I know I want the king and queen. I could even just start with the king and queen, but, like, if I can have Armands, though, he's definitely got to be my first pick. So maybe I'll just take Armands and the monkey once more. And two of the scariest things to deal with. So I want to make sure I get them. So I'm seeing strip, speed lead. And I mean speed lead, speed lead. This guy wants to go first. Why does he want to go first? Because he's probably got a good reason. I'm really hoping I don't see a Warlord or a Crixia or whatever. Alright, so he's bringing in a bomber. This bomber could be bad news. Rhodos could be bad news. I'm wondering if this is the time I want to bring in... Like, I really don't want Mortu. He's the wrong affinity. He's just not going to work. So maybe I'll bring in Ultimate Death Knight to block the Rhodos. And... that's it. I only get one pick, right? Okay, I'll bring in Ultimate Death Knight to block the Rhodos. I will get rid of... I'll get rid of the Rat King, but you know what? He's probably just going to get rid of Ultimate Death Knight. But I don't know. Maybe he won't. Let's find out. He's getting rid of the Ultimate Death Knight. I got rid of the Rat King. I don't have to worry about getting bombs, but I do have to worry about Rhodos starting to just rip apart the party. So I'll make them as tough as possible. If Armands or the Monkey King get to come in, I think we can take control of the party, but I don't know. This is going to be a fast party. Especially Kymar gets to reset everything. And you know what? I think I outsmarted myself, because when I see Kymar, that can be a not bad time to use Mortu Macabre, because you know he can't avoid hitting anybody with his area of effect attacks. Oh, this is no good. So they want to avoid waking up Narcissus. Wow. Just no turn at all. Well, maybe I will get a turn. Seem to be having a lot of trouble stopping stopping my Sun Wukong. I'm not really sure what I can do to them, though. That's not going to be enough. Alright, I've seen enough. Good game, Lex. I see Lex again. I am going to take Mortu Macabre this time. I think there might be a sneaky thing up my sleeve there. But it's Zerg! What team is he on? Just team! So I'll go with... maybe I want to go with RB. I don't know. I feel like if I go with RB, I'm just reacting to the previous team where I just want to make sure I get to go first. But I could go with whoever I want. Like I could go with Duchess. I could go with Python. I could go with Duchess. I'm gonna go with Duchess. Oh, I should confirm that. Good God, Gavin. Stop wasting everybody's time. So he's got Ultimate Death Knight, so I definitely don't want Rhodos. Maybe this is the time for Mortu Macabre. Maybe. Who's my other nuker going to be, though? Okay, I'm going to go with the King and Queen. Again. I really want to take Mortu Macabre when I see somebody bring something like an Uko, or anyway, it didn't matter. Didn't even matter because he left. But if I see a Mighty Uko or a Prince Kaimar, just anybody who can't help but hit with lots of AoEs. Or a Krisk. When's the last time anybody saw a Krisk in Live Arena? You used to see Krisk everywhere. Because he's a big, obnoxious champion that it's difficult to avoid hitting. He's got that passive. Decreases the attack and the defense of everybody that hits it. It's pretty strong. Alright, I'm going to go with... I might even just go with Fenax. My man Fenax. You know what? You know what? I'm going to go with Patty. Good old Patty McMahon. Great to pair with Armand's because he's got that passive that just gives a buff to everybody in the party. The buff that Armand's gets is increased accuracy. Extremely useful. So he's got Harima. I think the best counter to Harima is in fact the King and Queen. When you use the King's A2, it ignores Harima's passive, which is important because man is that strong. Also, Harima, perfect counter to Mortu Macabre, so he'd be a terrible choice for this. So I do need a second nuker who's going to be decent. Maybe it's Rhodos. Maybe that's the way to go. Who am I banning? I could just ban Harima. It's probably a good idea. I mean, I have a lot of magic on my team. She's difficult to deal with. Then I just have to deal with Sun Wukong. He's the wrong affinity to knock about half my team. I think I'm going to go with the HP lead as well. There's good synergy here. The HP lead, it makes Narcisse stronger because he's HP based, and it makes Rhodos stronger because he also has a little bit of the HP. Can even use an ally attack against somebody. Why don't I just take down the Reviver if I can? Could have just hasted the party as well. But I think I'll wait, because it has a cleanse on it. And I want to save that cleanse for when the Monkey King does something annoying to my party. So maybe I'll knock her right back down. And whose health can I steal? Maybe hers. That's right, I have 2 cleanses. And I'm apparently just using them both now. Can't be helped. I think I can just straight up blow him up. So yeah, now we've just got Sun Wukong. I don't know what it's going to take to bust through here. Let's see if we can break his stone skin. Well, we broke it. I think he's still going to get a turn. Dang it. Well, good game, John Osaurus. John Osaurus. Sounds like the most boring dinosaur ever. I shouldn't make fun. I could probably come up with an even more boring sounding dinosaur. Like the Lawyer-saurus. Or the Thesaurus-saurus. Hell's Severin. This is a name that looks familiar. So, hello, Hell's Severin. Let's get it on like we used to. Oh, he's bringing a mighty Uko. This might be the time to go for my Mortu Macabre. I think maybe I'll just take. I'm gonna put. You know what? I'm gonna go with the king and queen. King, queen, and then I'll take Mortu Macabre and the ambassador. I have the two of them paired in Classic Arena. The beauty is that when you take Mortu Macabre and the ambassador, you can put his buffs on, and it's often best, like you could put it on full auto and he'll always just buff whoever's in the leadership slot, which is why maybe I should have picked Mortu Macabre first, but I wanted to make sure I got the king and queen. Anyway, I'm going to be doing this manually, so it doesn't matter. But when you put the taunt up on Mortu Macabre, they can't do anything but attack him, and it's a lot of fun. Counterattacks, this could be helpful to the party as well. So let's see. I got two nukers. I could just bring... Duchess, honestly. Or I could have brought another nuker. I mean, I was kind of looking at Volcanon as well. That would have been a good time. You kind of have to take out Ultimate Death Knight first for that to work. There are no nukers in this party, so I think this might be a bad example. I mean, what is he going to do? Is he planning to annoy me to death? Maybe I'll get rid of Pythion? I don't know. I'll get rid of Ultimate Death Knight. I have a feeling that he's going to make the fight take the longest if I don't take him out, so I'm just going to get rid of him. I don't get to keep Mortu Macabre anyway. So, fair enough, Hell Severin, well played. I'll stick with the HP. I think I can still make, I don't know about short work of this team, but I think I can get through this team. Especially when they got multiple buffs on everybody. 3 buffs or more means that Narcisse does a fair bit of damage. So I could still use this to get them to attack whoever I want. Might as well be Narcisse. I'll put up a protection barrier for reasons that I may not know. I don't really know who I want to take out first. Let's take out her if I can. No, she is tough. Now I've been provoked. Yeah, this looks like a good team for an arena defense. If you just want to annoy people into wanting to quit because the fight's going to be too frustrating and too long. I don't really know why you would want to do that in live arena, though. So let's see. There's a protect on her, so I can kind of get an extra hit on her. I haven't even knocked anybody down yet. Ah, damn. So let's get some cleansing and some healing. The ambassador does some cleansing. He's not really a full healer. And this is the thing. I mean, he's the only champion in the game that can put taunt on a champion that's not himself. So that's why I like to pair him with Mortu Macabre. But if you lose the Mortu Macabre, he's a little bit pointless. A little bit. I also put him in a stun set. But that's maybe not going to be super useful. Let's put the taunt on Duchess, so that I mean, she's about to veil everybody anyway. All right, let's get him back in. Oh wow, look at all that max HP damage. Did I speak too soon? Look at how hard they're hitting him. Gotta get my people back in. Interesting. Very interesting. I'm gonna try to take out Mighty Uko. Nope. Man, I was mocking this party, and now I'm starting to respect it. Like, Mighty Uko stole my reflect damage. I can slowly chip away at the damage this way. Yet another thing I did with the ambassador is I gave him cruelty. This is a super interesting party. Nope, managed to stun Uko. I really needed that Mortu Macabre to really do the damage, though. Wow, look at her chunking that damage out of everybody. So maybe she is where the damage is coming from? I want Narcissus. The thing is, with his max HP damaged as it is, I don't know how I don't know how much damage he's even going to be able to do anymore. This is very nasty. You know what? I'm going to give it to you, Hell Severin. Good game. Making good time here, too. That was already 5 fights. I guess the trick is giving up when you don't have it. So finally, we got somebody starting with Armands. I could start with her as a potential counter to Armands. I could just go for the king and queen as well, and just play as if Armands isn't here. But you know what? I'm going to take good old Phoenix. They go well together. So I'll take Mika Phoenix. He's almost certainly going first. Maybe I'll take Mortu Macabre again. See if I can get this working. I don't know. You know what? I want the king and queen. So queen. Actually, I'll start with the king. For a reason. I like to have the king first. But again, it probably doesn't matter here because regardless of who gets banned, he's not going to be at the head of the party. But I like him as early in the turn order as possible, simply because if they have ally attacks, they tend to attack the guy in the lead. This maybe doesn't even matter for Classic Arena, or for Live Arena, excuse me. I am going to go for Mortu Macabre. And I'm going to ban Armands. And I'm going to let him have the bomber. And I'll just take the HP, and we're just going to see what happens. This could be over very quickly one way or the other. If that Rat King bombs us out, so be it. He did wisely get rid of the polymorph champ. I do have a cleanser on the party. I don't know if that's going to help us. They got bombs on everybody. They're probably going to die. Oh, she didn't die. Okay. Don't know how she didn't die. Maybe it was the shield. I think the shield has an interesting reaction with that. Anyway, no more Sun Wukong. He's dead. It's not coming back. And good game, Slipknot. I was not expecting that to be that fast. Or if it was that fast, I was not expecting to be the one that won in a fight that fast. Anyway, what was I trying to say? It's gone. I'm sure it had something to do with Mortu Macabre, or nope, it's gone. Maybe I'll think of it when I rewatch this with this footage. So he's got Sun Wukong. I'll go with Armand's. You know what? I'm gonna go with Lady Mikage and Armand's. Try to get some control going on. Debuffs are flying around in this fight. I want to have some chance at having them. Oh, he's going with Mortu Macabre. Okay. And Ultimate Death Knight. It's a very interesting combination. I actually don't like pairing these two because when you have Mortu Macabre, even if I like counterattack Mortu Macabre, I end up hitting the Ultimate Death Knight, so you have less chances at getting peril rather than more. I'm going to take the King and Queen, right? King, Queen. And I guess I should probably just have a second nuker. So it should be somebody that makes sense. Rhodos makes sense if I eliminate the Ultimate Death Knight. Fenax also makes sense. Okay. Oh well. I'm not even sure why he resigned. Was I too slow? Did it just not look like the looks of my champions? I'm never going to know. That's going to remain the unsolved mysteries. Years from now, I'm going to look back on this one moment, in this one game, in this one video right here. And I'm going to be like, oh man, why did that guy resign that one time? Ed Foreman. Okay, Ed Foreman. I'm going to go with Armand's. And I do apologize, Ed, if you're sick of seeing this guy. I'm sick of seeing him too. They really need to nerf this guy. I don't want to have to pick him first or ban him. I'm sick of it, Plarium. Plarium, we're all sick of it. We're sick of it. You gotta nerf him. You gotta nerf Polymorph. In some way that isn't gonna piss people off. He should still be good. I'm not saying Armand shouldn't be good. I'm just saying he shouldn't be like the only pick. I mean, he's better than all the mythicals. It's ridiculous. He's better than Galathier. I will die on that hill. That's right. I think he's better than Galathier. I'm gonna go with the King and Queen because these guys are great. Just speaking of better than Galathier, how many people out there have a Galathier, the mythical from High Elves? My God, do I want that guy. And I'm never going to get him because he's a mythical, right? I have exactly one mythical, and you're looking at her. So we got the Rat King again. Lots of people taking the Rat King. I can counter with... I mean, there's a number of things I could do. I can counter with... Spirit Champions tend to be good at not getting bombed out by the Rat King. Especially if I take somebody like... Well, I could take Duchess. And maybe I just want... Maybe I want Mortu. I want Mortu Macabre. I'm going to try him out again. I think he deserves a shot. I find Mortu Macabre also pairs well with the White King. Because if I take the Aura... That HP also translates to big nukes from Mortu Macabre. Maybe this is what I was trying to say before. You get the big nukes for Rhodos, Mortu Macabre, White King. So, who do I want to get rid of? I'm going to get rid of the monkey. I'm going to take HP. We'll see the damage with the bombs. My hope is that at least Mortu can resist the bombs. I did give him a lot of resist. So he's resisting the bombs. Duchess is resisting the bombs. All right, so let's put up block debuffs. Let's cleanse this shit off. I'm gonna start by attacking her. Take her out. Arby's gone permanently. Kaboom! Take out the party. Oof, bad timing here. Actually, let's see if I can take out his stone skin. Oh, look at that. It didn't win me the fight, but I completely broke through all that stone skin. This guy hits hard. Go after the Rat King. A1 on the Rat King. Just so we don't have to deal with his bombs right now. And we're coming for you, Pythion. Just hit both of them, get some counterattacks going, get some chances at peril. More chances at peril. We can count them every time he hits them. Don't have the ambassador though. Almost, but not quite. That was a tough Pythion. He's tough, he's fast. Alright, here we go. Spirits claim you. Good game, Ed. Only got 2 left. This is going fast, isn't it? I did have a late start today. So by my clock, I think we got about 35 minutes left in this session to do all my fights. But I think we're getting there. So I'm going to take... Do I want to take these two? I mean, I'm really looking for an opportunity to use Mortu Macabre. But I want to take these two. You know what? If I don't feel like I got enough use of Mortu Macabre, I could just tack on a few classic arena fights on the end. But I don't know. So we got 2 revivers. I'm gonna want, especially if he's got Siffy, I think I'm gonna want the King and Queen. Siffy puts up a lot of buffs. That can be helpful. Anybody that puts up shields, that could be helpful. Oh, you got the Nutcracker. Nutcracker can make things awkward. Maybe I just want Ultimate Death Knight. I'm not sure. Because I got Ultimate Death Knight. He's probably going to get rid of Ultimate Death Knight, so I still have to reason who am I going to get rid of. It probably still has to be Armand's, but maybe I can counter Armand's with Mika. Maybe. So maybe I need to get rid of Georgid. Or Rhodos. You know, I'm getting rid of Rhodos. Just on a whim, Rhodos. Got to get rid of him. So, and he didn't get rid of Ultimate Death Knight, so I don't know if I made the right call. But I'm going to take the HP. It's going to help my team stay alive, maybe. Hopefully, I don't know. At least we don't have to deal with Rhodos. But I don't have a reviver. When Armand goes for his first move, it's gonna all be the RNG. Like, do I manage to sheep Armand's? answer to that is no. That was odd. That looked like it came her way. How did it kill him? Maybe that was just a visual bug. Well, he's already got block debuffs up. So I don't really know that there's much I can even do here. And then I get sheeped. Okay. Alright, well played. Puccirino. Let's get to the last fight. I really want an opportunity to use Mortu Macabre. I got a fever. And the only thing for that fever is more Mortu. Okay, Bomba T, who are you going with? Armands? You're going with Armands, aren't you? I always dread it when I see they're going first, because I am damn sure they're going to go with Armands. And that means that's one less champion I can ban. Because I got to ban the Armands. There he is. Yeah, trying to counter with Mika, I don't even know if that works. It didn't pan out last time. Let's just go with the king and queen. I think my best response is just take good champions. Just take the best champions that you can. Worst comes to worst, you just ban the Armands. Oh, and this is the other downside, is now he's got Mika and Armands. Okay. Well, I can go with... I could go with the Ambassador and Mortu. Or I could go with, say, Duchess, maybe Rhodos. I'm going to do it. I'm going to go for Armands. I'm going to go for the Ambassador. Not Armands. What are you saying, Gavin? What are you talking about? I'm going to go for Mortu Macabre and his Ambassador. So we got a bomber to worry about. Having a magic champion would be a good response to that. So we'll go with the magic champion. This guy could just end things so quickly for us, but you know what? I'm still gonna ban Armands. That's how much I hate that guy. So I'm losing my cleanser. I'll go for the HP, because I got 3 HP nukers in the party. He's got a really good speed lead, so there's very good chance that he's going to be able to speed boost into the bombs, get critical hits on everybody, bomb everybody out. He's got the increased accuracy, too. Although he went for the stun first. That's interesting. Maybe he doesn't need the accuracy. No, I think he did kind of need the accuracy. I don't know. He's bombed out 3 of us. Well, if Mortu Macabre is the only one left, it is going to make it very hard for him to hit anybody else. Because everybody else is dead. So let's start with him. No more Sun Wukong. And now it's going to be a war of attrition. I got a big stone skin. You got to keep hitting me. Sadly, I didn't get another peril out of all that. Do have a decent chance to counterattack, though. Am I going to get a counter here? No? That's too bad. So he's got the ally attack. Ooh, that's painful. Oh, I got to get rid of this guy. Are we even going to have time? I don't think we're going to have time. Cruel Fate, no bombs. So I got the resist high enough. Sadly, though, I don't seem to have. I mean, I think it's too little too late. I think these two can actually take him out. He just does not have enough health left. Well, good game, Bombati. Now I feel a little vomity. Well, anyway, that's the show for today. I think I said like I could do a I could do a classic arena to try to. I mean, look, we got we got we got tokens to burn, so let's do it. Maybe I can find a good team that makes sense with this combo. I'm seeing Harima there. That's irritating. So I'll just go with this one. So this is the team. I'm calling them Brute Squad. I could even put it on full auto just to see how it autos. Sometimes I leave it on full auto to see if I'm doing it right. So automatically, we're getting the provoke on Mortu. I mean, maybe this team deserves its own video. I was really hoping I could get Mortu working on the live arena, though. It's really just too bad. But let's see. Basically, any team that doesn't have Harima in it. Of course, even with Harima, I'd be willing to run it, because the thing is, my favorite response to Harima these days is actually the White King, because his nuke hits through Harima's passive, especially if they've got a bolster set up. So his big nuke gets the extra hit. But Mortu Macabre's Peril will not work on Harima because of her passive. So you do have to depend on the White King to take out the Harima. So, I mean, the way you could see it is these two can be decent coverage for one another. The HP aura coming from White King Narcisse is a good way to bolster Mortu Macabre. I don't know if this team is really managing it on auto, though. It's this Ultimate Death Knight. He's really getting in the way. Wow. Cannot get through this. So yeah, that's the problem with Harima. Just a really good counter to Mortu. Let's try one more. We'll try this team. And then I'll call it a day. So, I mean, that's it. I've done the live arena fights. I mean, if you got fed up, you could have left already. But you didn't. You're still here. I appreciate that. So, the Ambassador is in a stun set. You can't tell because I swear it never kicks in. I never ever see him score any stuns. It should be 23%. Doesn't seem to happen. If we go to the champion roster and we just look up Ambi. Where are you, my man? He's got, so I got Stone Skin just so that he gets a chance to go first without getting knocked about. He's got Cruelty as the blessing. And he does indeed have Fearsome Presence. So that should give him a 23% chance at the stun, which is here. But I swear I never see it. I'm not sure why that is. And the other, of course, is Mortu. So Morty. I mean, this is what he looks like. 6 pieces of Stone Skin. Some counterattack on here. Here's his stats. Got 100k HP. Basically no speed. He did get the plus 10 from the Faction Guardians because his luck would have it. Of course, this is the only faction that I've completed in the Guardian Ring, which is kind of annoying because he's one of the champions that I actually want to just be 94 speed, just as slow as possible. But he's got damn near 300 crit damage. And you know what? Just one other thing. There is a nice passive. I'll show you the other two from that team, come to think of it. We got the Queen, because the Queen has this passive. She's in a bolster set, and she's in a Stone Skin set. This gives me the best chance of her not dying immediately. And it's the passive here. It's part of the passive. At the start of the turn, she removes this from herself, but she also, when an enemy tries to place a fear or whatever crowd control debuff with the highest crit damage, transfers those debuffs to her. So what I'd like to do with this team, because if you remember, Mortu Macabre had 299, and if we look at the king, his crit damage is currently 251. So I'd need to pump this up a lot, but I really wanted his stats to be good. So I've got his HP high. I have his speed middling, medium high. But I want to switch it around because if I can get him in excess of 300%, I mean, he'd be hitting super hard. But also, he benefits from the passive so that when they try to crowd control him, he doesn't have Stone Skin or anything protecting him. And maybe that'd be the other option, is just to get 4 pieces of Stone Skin here instead of this stuff. But I don't have the pieces. That's part of the problem. I mean, if I just look at here and we just filter, actually, we don't even need to filter. We just, oh, we do. We got to go to equipped. But for Stone Skin, this is it. I have 3 rings and an amulet, and the amulet went to the queen. So I can't do the same thing with Narcisse. So he kind of has to depend on that passive. So I either have to lower the crit damage on Mortu Macabre, or I have to raise the crit damage on Narcisse. It's a tall order. It is very difficult to get good gear in this game. It takes forever. But anyway, that's the show for today. Thanks for stopping by. See you in the next video. Take care of yourselves.